So dating and relationships mean that you have to put yourself out there, but it can sometimes be easier to say that than to actually do it. So let's talk about this a little bit. Jarrett, can you tell us a little bit about the first time you put yourself out there and maybe what motivated you to do that?
Yeah, so for me, it all came very natural because I've always been like very outgoing, very talkative when I go out and stuff. So it never was like, oh, I'm gonna decide like, oh, I'm gonna put myself out there today. It just came naturally and it wasn't really like forced one day. But for me, it was really easy. I just got online and do some online dating apps and stuff, but mostly just like conversating with people when I go out with my brother to like shows and concerts and stuff. And I think that's what I've always liked more is like really organic, natural conversations out in the world, more than I like the whole online dating thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. How about you, Megan?
All right, guys. Yeah, I agree with you, Zach. I definitely like more of that natural versus a super forced thing. For me, I was actually in high school when I started dating, and I knew that I wanted the focus to be developing like a really good friendship. I knew if I could get a friend first, then maybe we could develop into, a romantic relationship later. And I think that it went pretty well, being that Jake and I have been now for 10 years. So
That's amazing. Yeah. I agree. I think that starting small can be really helpful. So like I began writing about my hopes and fears about dating on a blog, and I did so anonymously for a while because I was a little bit nervous about talking about all that and being vulnerable in that way. And then I began to get comments and messages from people encouraging me and telling me that I was worthy of a relationship. And kind of that slow building of confidence gave me the final, like, I went ahead with it and I revealed who I was, which was kind of like my first time for putting myself out there.
yeah, I think I was able to learn pretty early on that everyone has insecurities, and it's also something that we all have to work through. And it really has nothing to do with being disabled. It's really a human thing. Everyone's got stuff they've got to work through. So
Yeah, dating is scary regardless of ability.